Hello, today we're going to be talking about manhwas. I'm going to be talking about things we specifically want to see in manhwas. One thing I do want to see more of is different hairstyles, different hair colors specifically. It gets boring when you see the same blonde and blue eyes like over and over again in every manhwa. Like, we need more tan female leads. We need some buff female leads. A female lead that isn't scared to fight, beat someone up, like something like that. Some of these stories repeat the same thing over and over again. It gets boring sometimes. It feels like you're reading the same story over and over again. We need better plots, actually. Like, we need a main character that isn't like super like dumb or like looks innocent looking. They always end up falling for the male lead, even though they like try to kill them or something. It's like so stupid. And then we end up dropping the manhwa. But one thing I do want to see is different hair colors for male leads. Usually they're blonde or have black hair, and I kind of get tired of seeing the same hair color. Like, we need more redhead male leads and pink haired male leads. Or maybe purple. Purple's a good color too. One thing I don't like is age gaps. Like, sometimes the age gaps in manhwas are really weird. We don't want to see no boys, we want to see men in manhwas. And women! I do not want to see any more white lotuses in my screen! I'm seriously tired of that plot. They use it over and over again. We do not need another Rashta, just saying. I do not like when they make the female lead out of nowhere evil. Like, that's stupid. They don't always have to be against each other. They can be friends or lovers, one of the above. But anyways, more things I want to see is better outfits for the female lead. Like, they need to change it up. Sometimes they end up putting the same outfit on them over and over again. It gets boring watching that. So authors, please change their outfits here and there. One thing I am tired of seeing is the female lead always being a villainess, or how they die like super fast. Like, they're just walking, minding their business, and then poof, Chuck Goon freaking runs them over. We need a more like serious, like sad story or way of dying for the female lead, because it's just the same thing over and over again. It gets boring reading it, in my opinion. Sometimes I want to pick up a pencil and just write my own manhwa. These manhwas be stressing me the heck out. One thing that I don't like is when the female lead ends up like dying and then they like reincarnate into a child, and you have to wait years for her to like grow up and stuff in the manhwa, and then it takes like 100 chapters for her to grow up. So please, author, do a time skip or something. I end up leaving midway in the story. One thing that I do not like is when the male lead's parents are like super like horrible. Like, every manhwa has to make the dad or the mom the villain. It kind of gets annoying. They always end up having trauma. It's like a cliche type thing in manhwas. And the only cure is the female lead, apparently. Am I the only one that thinks that sounds stupid? But anyways, we really need strong female leads. Somebody kind of like Melissa. Like, imagine a manhwa where like the female lead can travel back to her world and bring freaking guns or some shit. That would be dope, not gonna lie. We really need some creative writing in these manhwas. We need to be shocked and surprised and stuff like that. Shocked in a good way, not in a bad way. But anyways, speaking about second male leads, I really hope they don't end up dying like they always do in every other manhwa. He needs love too, okay? Like, they always end up dying trying to save the female lead. It's so sad. Someone always has to randomly die in a manhwa. Or randomly get revived. I mean, it is funny, reading those type of manhwas. Speaking of funny, we do need more funny type manhwas. Some of them always start off like super bad and like depressing, and I want to see some that aren't that bad. So please make more funny type manhwas. One thing I don't like about manhwas is when the male lead regrets like treating them wrong and then all of a sudden they want them back. Like, boy, you had your freaking chance. Like, I hate abusive type freaking male leads and then the girl still goes back to him. Like, that's so dumb. Like this one specific one that I read one time, the male lead literally offs her mother and then she still ends up with him. Like, what? I wish I was joking, but no, he actually killed her mom. Like, what the heck? The amount of rage I felt when she said she still loved him after all that. Oh my goodness. But anyways, let's carry on. One thing that's funny are the titles. Like, the titles sometimes are out of pocket. Like, what are these titles? Sometimes they're like super long, like, oh, how I became the villainess and killed the crown prince or something. Like, damn. Or how I made my family love me again. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting. One thing I don't like is when they make tan manhwa characters the villains. Like, what? This one manhwa I read, the girl was like buff and she had tan skin. She was considered like ugly just because she was tan. Like, what is that plot? And then she magically turns white and then it's like a curse or something. Like, being tan is not a curse. And then the characters are like, whoa, you're so pretty now that you're not tan. The fact that she was considered like a beast or something, like a scary creature, just because she was tan and had muscles. Another thing that I think is pretty messed up is when they have a chubby character and then 2 chapters later she magically turns skinny. Hopefully somebody makes a manhwa where the female lead stays chubby and the male lead still likes her that way. Now that I would definitely read. But anyways, authors, please give us something new. It's hard to make manhwas, I get it, but please do better. I don't like seeing recycled plots. It gets tiring and boring to read. I'll probably do a video of which manhwas are good and which are like super bad. Alright guys, that was it for today. If you feel like I missed some important topics, please comment down below and we can talk about that too. But sadly, I gotta go. See you next time. Bye!